Hey, it's Olga here from olgadektareva.com and Productivity for Scientists. And this is where you overcome overwhelm, become more productive, get in charge of your day, and this is all while feeling happy in your life. So today's topic of this EZN, of this week's EZN, is being on time. And this is when, if you find yourself constantly being a bit late, like 5 minutes late, 10 minutes late, sometimes missing your trains, or storming into the meeting while it's just starting and you still need to get your jacket off, and you're sitting down when people's already discussing the agenda, or you find yourself apologizing for replying your emails late or not replying them for weeks. I'm not talking about not replying them for 2 hours, because I usually take 24 hours to reply an email or more. So when we talk about like apologizing, okay, 2 weeks I haven't replied, sorry about this. So if you find yourself doing this, then this topic is for you. And the reason why I'm bringing it today is because I've been coaching one of my private clients. He's a research staff at the university, and he's been constantly late for our calls there, the coaching calls, like 10 minutes late, and it's like it's not serving him any good, because I need to cut them short, because I have my own schedule. So look, you're late, you need to cut it short. And he's been late like for almost all of them. I needed to apologize that he signed the coaching preparation form like late, just before the call, when I require them to be sent to me like an evening before when the call happens. So I brought it up with him, and the reason also was to see if he does it with his other commitments and activities, because we are working on attracting new opportunities in his life, and when they will start coming, and if he is late for them, that's not going to be any good. So I thought, and I believe it's how you do anything is how you do everything. So if he's late for our calls, then he probably would be late for these other new opportunities that we're trying to create for him. So, and I asked him, and indeed he said yes, he's often late, he sometimes misses his trains, and he needs to apologize for that constantly. So if it sounds familiar to you, it would be good to start making a shift, isn't it? And I'm not saying like be on time for everything. I know I'm a work in progress. So, I sometimes find myself late, like 5-10 minutes. But for these things that are very, very important to me, I'm now good. So I'm on time. And I am usually 5-10 minutes early, just to give myself time to kind of get myself thoughts together, prepare for this, be on time for the calls with my clients, for the meetings with my clients, the face-to-face meetings, and all other important commitments that I have. And I want to share with you how I made the shift, because I used to run from one thing to the other in my life, and always being a bit late for everything. So I did make a shift, and today I want to share with you. There's going to be 2 or 3 tips now. So we're going to focus with you today on the important things. There's a few important things that you have going on in your life. So we want you to be on time for them. And the way how you can start making a shift is, first of all, to when the week starts, look at your whole week. And the tool I use it is Weekly Summit, which you can get from my blog by just searching for Weekly Summit. It's a tool that allows you to plan your week. So you sit down, you look at your week, and that's where you see your appointments, and that's where you also schedule the time to work on your important things that don't really have an appointment or deadline. So for example, I set myself an appointment for doing creative work such as writing or creating some content, or in the case of scientists it would be to write a paper. So you can actually make an appointment with yourself and put it in your diary, and this time you're sure that you're going to do some work on it this week. So all these important appointments, and you kind of look at them, and you also start allowing some time between them. So I used to schedule things from like 2 to 3 and 3 to 4, and that would be like too tight. And if I need to transfer between different locations and then there is a traffic jam or the previous one ran late, then of course you're late for the next one. So I don't do this anymore, and I allow the time in between for me to just like normally, peacefully to transfer from one to the other, and also gather my thoughts, because I want to be totally present with my thoughts in this appointment, because I have clients arriving to our meetings or our calls like, that was this morning. So I give them this time to gather their thoughts, because it's so important for you to be productive. So allow this time for yourself. So build this getting there time into your schedule as well. So this is the first tip. The second tip is at the beginning of the day now. So what I do, I usually look at my diary and look what I have during this day, what kind of appointments, what kind of plans I made, and again start to picture how I do everything and see that I have enough time, and I can make some time, to get there, to be there on time. So it's kind of a good preparation internally. And the third tip is to start allowing yourself some more time to get there. So, I know people who start moving out of the flat when the appointment starts. So it sounds anything like you. Or if you're constantly 5-10 minutes late, then allow yourself 10 or 15 minutes more to get there. For example, if you often miss trains, or if you often miss late for a certain kind of appointment, just allow yourself 10-15 minutes more to get there. And okay, if you are too early, and I know people that hate to be too early, but it's something to start getting used to it. And we can talk about what can you do during those 5 minutes that you don't feel like you're wasting your time. Because you could do, you can gather your thoughts, or you can just focus on, who do you want to be during this meeting? What is your proactive role? There are like many things you can do in these 5 minutes if you're too early. But it might be just that you are just on time. So this is great. And this is great to do for the appointments that are important to you. So start with them. So just to summarize quickly, the 3 tips is to plan on a weekly basis and schedule in the time, planning the time to get somewhere, and not just plan the appointments and forget about. So don't forget about building in the time to get somewhere and to finish this other thing and to get to the next thing. Second tip was to plan on a daily basis in the morning when you look at the things you've planned, and just pick those important things and see, okay, yes, I do have enough time for them to be there on time, and just kind of run them through your mind quickly, and that will help you to be there ready and on time. And the third one was to start allowing yourself 10 to 15 more minutes to get there. Well, it's depending on how late you usually are. Edinburgh is pretty compact city, so it's a very relatively easy to get places. So 10-15 minutes extra here would be plenty. Okay, and that's to focus on the important things. And listen, if you think now, but nothing is like that important, everything I do is just because it's in my calendar and I can't be bothered to be there on time, or make this effort of going there early because it's just in my calendar and it's nothing that I really want to do. It's just that I agree to those commitments, and that's why I do this. If you feel like this, listen, we need to talk. Yeah, because I specialize in helping scientists to get clear on what they want. Yeah, what's important to them, and also to see what's in the way of achieving this or starting doing that, and also help them achieve that. And also empower them to do it themselves, later on. So if you feel like nothing is important, what you're doing, you can't see yourself making an effort to be there on time, then we need to talk. So just email me and we schedule this 30-minute Skype call, which is free of charge. I offer, and we talk about this, all right? So wish you a very good weekend and a very productive week. So talk to you next time. Bye. Bye.